tally on your screen, 78 for the Congress, 104 for the BJP at this point in time. Remember, in the morning, it looked like the BJP was home, that they had crossed the 113 magic number. Union minister after union minister had come out to congratulate party workers and were celebrating their victory. But there now seems to be a pause in the celebrations. Will things swing towards the Congress and the JDS, as we've just heard from the Congress party, from Ghulam Nabi Azad as well as Siddaramaiah? They have made the offer to the JDS, and Mr. Azad saying categorically that the JDS will head the government. It is likely to be Mr. Kumaraswamy, as we've heard from JDS spokesperson here on CNBC TV18. Let's go across now to our colleague DP Satish, who's been tracking the action. DP, the Congress and the JDS trying to stitch this alliance together. The question now is, what is the governor likely to do? We are going to see Siddaramaiah meet with the governor in a short while from now, but that's basically to tender in his resignation. An appointment is also being sought to try and stake claim to form government. What is your own assessment on how this is going to play out?
The political situation in Karnataka is very fluid now, because all the eyes are on Raj Bhavan. Governor will have to take a decision either way. But if the governor goes by convention, he will have to invite the single largest party, that is BJP, to form the government. If he invites BJP to form the government, and if he swears in Mr. B.S. Yediyurappa as the next Chief Minister of Karnataka, he will have to give him a week or 2 weeks time to prove his majority on the floor of the House. If Yediyurappa fails to prove the majority on the floor of the House, he will have to resign. After that, he can call the second largest party, that is Congress, to form the government with the help of JDS.
We seem to have lost that line.
Also, Meghalaya and many other
sorry,
states.
we lost you in the middle. But just speaking of this convention, DP, for the benefit of our viewers, as you pointed out, convention is that the governor invites the single largest party. But that hasn't been convention in the last few state elections.
No, Congress is using the same thing as a precedent. They are now disputing governor's claim, or Raj Bhavan, saying that in Goa you didn't follow it, because in Goa BJP was in power, BJP lost power, Congress was the single largest party, and after that BJP formed government with the help of some independents, and Congress had challenged it before the Supreme Court, because Supreme Court gave a judgment saying that Congress should have gone to Raj Bhavan first to stake the claim. Now Congress is saying that we are following Supreme Court verdict and we are going to Raj Bhavan to stake the claim. And they have also offered unconditional support to the JDS, and Kumaraswamy will be the Chief Minister. And Gowda will not miss this opportunity, because BJP can't make Kumaraswamy the Chief Minister, because BJP has more than 100 seats. And if Gowda can make his son Chief Minister with the help of Congress, why would Gowda miss this opportunity? And Congress also can keep...
No, you're absolutely right. You're right, DP. Let me also bring in Alok. Alok, we were just chatting there with DP on what the possibilities are now likely to be, and whether the governor will at all entertain the Congress and JDS delegation. We are given to understand that an appointment has been sought post 5 p.m. Meanwhile, rumor has it, and this is information that we're picking up from sources, that the BJP has also reached out to the JDS. Alok, yesterday on the show, you were talking about the possibility of resort politics, and it looks like we are there today.
Exactly. So two scenarios here, and let me be clear about this. This is not a matter which has been finally settled by the Supreme Court. Now, in the Bommai judgment, right at the end, the court says the governor has, after an election, the governor is required to invite a party with the single largest majority, or the single largest party/group. Now, what the Supreme Court did not clarify in Bommai was what happens if one party is a single party, single largest party, and if there's a group which is larger than that, in case there is no one party which has majority. Somebody was pointing out recently, as I was just checking up on social media, that the Goa Assembly, the Supreme Court could have clarified a point, that what happens in this situation? Should the governor call the single largest party or the single largest group? I will not use the term coalition, because a coalition means something that existed before. Right now, and in my view, the governor would not be fundamentally wrong, right? In either case, he could potentially invite Yediyurappa, he could potentially invite even the Congress and the JDS. Now, what happens though is that Congress and JDS have very clearly a majority between the two of them. In case it is the BJP, then he leaves open the possibility of horse trading, right? And so-called resort politics, as I mentioned. I expect that if he invites the Chief Minister, the BJP candidate, if it is Mr. Yediyurappa, if he invites him to take oath, I expect that all JDS and all Congress MLAs will suddenly disappear from sight and will be found in resorts across the state of Karnataka. I mean, we are in for a lot of entertainment that way, but it doesn't reflect very well on the state's political culture.
Yes, we're certainly in for a long evening today and perhaps for a lot of political theatre. But let me go back across to DP now. DP, you know, it looks fairly clear that the Congress is willing to play ball with the JDS, whether it is giving them the chief ministerial position, which Ghulam Nabi Azad made it clear on camera that the JDS will lead the combine. But outside of that, you know, what does it now mean in terms of the key players? Siddaramaiah barely holding on to Badami, losing Chamundeshwari. What does this now mean as far as the Congress's own key players are concerned? And also, you know, again, for the benefit of our viewers who may not have been tracking the results as closely as we have been forced to, you know, let's look at what's happening in Bangalore. The Congress has held on quite decently with 13 MLAs winning, the BJP winning about 11. So who will now be the key players from a Congress perspective, even as they explore the possibility of a JDS combine?
See, Congress was expecting something like this. Because of that only, Rahul Gandhi had all rushed Ghulam Nabi Azad and Ashok Gehlot to Bangalore. And Ghulam Nabi Azad has an excellent personal rapport with Mr. Deve Gowda, and he had already opened back channel talks with him. It's not that all Congress top guns, big guns have lost. Because Siddaramaiah may not play a big role, but Siddaramaiah certainly doesn't want BJP to come to power in Karnataka. But Congress has E.K. Shivakumar, Congress strongman, who has won his seat by 60,000 votes. Then K.J. George from Bangalore has won his seat by more than 55,000 votes. And we have Dinesh Gundu Rao, the 5-time Congress MLA and working president of the Congress, who has also retained his seat. And we also have H.K. Patil. Then we have State Congress President Dr. G. Parameshwara, who has won from his own seat. And we also have young guns like Priyank Kharge, who is Karnataka's IT, BT and Tourism Minister. Mallikarjun Kharge's son, he has also won. And interestingly, M.B. Patil, Water Resources Minister and Lingayat face of the Congress party, who spearheaded separate Lingayat religion, has also won from his seat. Congress has, and R.V. Deshpande, Industries Minister, has won for the 8th term from Haryana. They are all very senior leaders of the Congress party.
Yeah.
So these people can play a bigger role.
Let me, DP, I'm coming. Yeah, these people, they will play a key role. But let me very quickly go across to our colleague Rukmini Rao. She is outside Raj Bhavan. Rukmini, Siddaramaiah tendering in his resignation?
That's right, Shireen. Just a short while ago, in fact, Chief Minister went inside Raj Bhavan, the place where, you know, swift political developments are happening currently. He's tendered his resignation. He came out and said that he has, of course, he confirmed that he has tendered his resignation. And when asked about the coalition that is likely to form between Congress and JDS, Siddaramaiah only, in fact, confined to answering this question by saying that the party high command is in touch with JDS and not revealing anything beyond that. But of course, the next couple of hours are going to be very crucial. Congress sources have told that, you know, we could see Congress come and try and stake claim as early as 6 o'clock. But the problem is the governor has put all his meetings on hold. So really, whether a possibility of a meeting is there or not is a big question that is currently running on everybody's mind. And if, of course, the governor agrees to meet, then perhaps you will be seeing the Congress-JDS alliance taking some concrete form later today.
Okay, Rukmini, we'll keep coming back to you as this story develops. But let me go back across to Alok. And Alok, again, this is source-based information that we're getting. Sources within the Congress party telling us that if the governor decides not to invite the JDS Congress combine, then the Congress and the JDS could explore the possibility of moving court. In light of what we just spoke of, the fact that the Supreme Court hadn't adequately clarified whether it needs to be the largest party or the largest group that the governor calls upon to form government, how would you read this development?
I mean, that's okay, but the court is not going to direct the governor in that case. The court can't tell the governor, invite Congress and JDS and not, the BJP for this thing. Because at the end of the day, the majority has to be proved on the floor of the House. Whoever it is, whoever you invite, whether you give them 1 or 2 weeks, they have to prove the majority on the floor of the House. So it's not as if the court can put itself in the governor's shoes and say, I direct you to call Congress or I direct you to call JDS. That's just constitutionally not permissible.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That is not constitutionally permissible. And we are now waiting for either side to actually stake claim. As Rukmini was pointing out, the Congress JDS expecting to do that post 5 p.m. But for now, the governor has also put all appointments on hold, waiting for the final results to come in. For now, it's 78 to the Congress, 104 to the BJP, 38 to the JDS, and 2 others. And we are given to understand that the 2 others have tied up with the Congress party. DP, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Because almost we have got the complete result now, except maybe 1 seat. But counting is in the last round there, and I'm sure the election commission will declare the results, and they will also send that list to the governor. And governor is waiting for that list, complete list of the winning candidates. And after that, he said he will take a call. But Congress is insisting that since JDS and Congress, they have come together and they have majority on paper, they should be asked to form the government. This is their claim, and I am sure if governor doesn't allow them, and if he swears in B.S. Yediyurappa as the next chief minister, I am sure this Nataka in Karnataka will continue for another 15 days or maybe a month, because Congress and JDS, they are in no mood to miss this opportunity.
Yeah. Yes, neither side willing to let go of this opportunity. But Alok, you know, yesterday we were discussing the caste arithmetic, and I've been speaking with some senior Congress leaders, and they are surprised by the outcome given the kind of vote share that the Congress has managed to get. If you look at the vote share, the Congress at 37.9%, the BJP at 36.2%, and the JDS at 18.4%. And what they're finding hard to understand is that with a vote share that has actually seen an improvement over the previous time, why is it that it hasn't been able to convert into seats?
So this is not the first time this has happened in Karnataka. We have to keep in mind one important thing when we talk about vote shares in Karnataka. It's not as if BJP and Congress are serious. I mean, it's not as if the BJP is a serious contender in every single seat in Karnataka. They are virtually non-existent in the old Mysore region. So that's about 60 seats they're barely competitive in, right? That's about 50 seats, actually, they're barely competitive in. So when you see the vote share, you're actually looking at the vote share for across 224 seats. But realistically, you should see the vote share for about 175 seats or so. So in that sense, if you then compare the vote share of the Congress and the BJP in these 175 seats, excluding old Mysore region, which is the southern part of Karnataka, you will then find obviously the BJP is doing much better. Now, as regards the caste combination, I think we in yesterday's discussion we have missed something very important, which is that the BSP had tied up with the JDS. It's quite possible that the JDS, the BSP has helped the JDS attract a significant chunk of the Dalit vote. It's possible, right? That's one possible explanation. So, in effect, what may have happened is that the Ahinda vote may have actually gotten split about 3 ways. That it is not as if there was total consolidation on the part of Muslims behind Congress. We have seen that it doesn't necessarily seem to be true. Then also, the Dalit vote may have gotten split 3 ways between the BJP, Congress, and the JDS. And perhaps the backward caste vote also got split between the BJP and the Congress. So again, subject to post polls, actually going out and breaking down the vote according by caste and so on.
Yeah.
But one gets the sense that maybe the thing that we missed out was BSP's support to JDS, and that's playing a factor in the JDS supporting the Congress, by the way.
Okay, the BSP and support to the JDS may have changed the caste arithmetic, and that's also likely to play out in this alliance that the Congress is trying to stitch together with the JDS. But DP, before I let the two of you go, and we will, of course, keep coming back to you since there are expected to be many more twists and turns in this story. DP, what do you believe is the reason for these numbers, for the fact that the Congress, unfortunately for Siddaramaiah, hasn't been able to capitalize on its strongholds, hasn't been able to wrest control in areas where it was hoping to from either the BJP or the JDS?
See, the one thing that didn't work for the Congress in Karnataka was Siddaramaiah himself. Most other things seem to have worked for the Congress, except Siddaramaiah factor. Because Siddaramaiah played the separate religion tag for Lingayats card, but it seems to have backfired. Because by playing that card, I think Siddaramaiah has mobilized the support of Lingayats for BJP. Because Lingayats have too many groups and all of them came together and they rallied behind Yediyurappa, and many of them are not in favor of separate religion tag, and they backed BJP, and it led to the unity of Lingayats once again. And secondly, Siddaramaiah tried to poach MLAs from JDS, and he had fielded 7 of them, and 4 of them have lost, only 3 of them have won. It had angered Devegowda because of that. He Congress defeated in many seats in and around Bangalore and all, in old Mysore region. And third one, Siddaramaiah had upset his own old friends from Mysore region, Srinivas Prasad, H. Vishwanath, and film actor Ambarish from Mandya. With the help of Ambarish, who is still with the Congress, JDS swept entire Mandya district and won all the seats from there. And his enemy, Srinivas Prasad, H. Vishwanath has won on JDS ticket from Hunsur near Mysore. Then Srinivas Prasad son-in-law has won on BJP ticket and all. All these things have led to the downfall of Congress in Karnataka. So only factor that didn't work for Congress in Karnataka is Siddaramaiah himself.
Okay, Siddaramaiah was the factor, the biggest factor, the determining factor that didn't in fact work for the Congress party, barely holding on to one of his constituencies that he fought from, Badami, losing Chamundeshwari by a significant margin. DP Satish, Alok Prasanna Kumar, appreciate you joining us here on CNBC TV18. As I said, we promise to get you back as this story develops through the evening. Don't go anywhere because the markets, a very, very volatile session today, rallying when we thought that it was a BJP victory, and then the markets gave up those gains when it looked like the BJP was unlikely to cross the 113 mark. We'll take stock of that and what the electoral result from Karnataka means for the markets. Also, a very important circular that seems to have been missed by most people. A circular that SEBI put out on the 10th of April. That seems to be weighing on the markets' minds. We'll decode that and other important market-relevant information for you when we return on Markets Today Talk Back. And I'll see you again in 30 minutes.